While this loads, I'm going to decide what project I'm going to do for a bit. So until like, I think like 6, half 5, so about an hour and a half. I'm going to do that, and then I'll probably chill for about half an hour, maybe do some uni work, and then chances are I will most likely play some more, but we never know. It really just depends because it's awkward. Yeah. Today's been rough already. My ADHD just doesn't like me. I've took my medication, but there's been somewhat of an issue recently with that because, long story short, I've been taking the same medication for about, give or take, 3 to 4 years. Yeah, about 4-ish years. And long story short, it's just one of them where my body is generally just built up, and I wouldn't say an immune to it, but it's built up at least a resistance towards it, because now my ADHD doesn't get, like, the tablets I have don't get my focus engaged as much. Like, I was doing my driving lesson today, and my instructor could instantly tell that something was not right with me, and he was like, "Are you alright?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've took my meds and they've not worked, so I've took more and they're still not working." So I'm like, so I'm kind of like stuck with what to do. And then the CDC, which is the Child Development Centre in the UK, I know that's Centre for Disease Control in US, but in the UK, the CDC, sorry, I don't know if I said UK, the CDC are basically Child Development Centre, and they're the people I've been going to because I was a teenager at the time, diagnosed with ADHD, and they were the people that would basically look after me. And once you become an adult, 18, they essentially tell you you are now what's the word? Registered under a different doctor, different type of medical institution that basically is a doctor, and every 6 months he should contact you and talk to you about stuff like this. I'm just doing a bit of moisturisers, don't mind me. My eczema's bad, so I have to do it a bit, otherwise I'm gonna die of fucking crusty fucking gay fat shit fuck. But yeah, so the ADHD meds I have not wearing off on me, and I'm there at the moment. I'm on the max dosage possible. My parents and myself are both worried because I can't switch medication. The last time I switched medication, it caused me to go absolutely apeshit, and I was an absolute pain in the arse for the entire day that day. Like, I was not me. 1 minute I was pissed off, trying to punch everything and kick fucking shelves, just anything I could, chairs, tables, doors, whatever I could. The next minute I was having a fucking panic attack. The next I couldn't sit down. The next I was fucking too energetic to control myself. It was absolute mayhem, and we don't want that again, so it's one of them. I think my mate Jack's gonna go in. Give me a moment. Yeah, I think my mate's gonna be joining. So anyway, so with the whole thing, I want to get my medication boosted because I don't want to switch. But because I'm on a max dosage, technically, they can't legally boost me. However, I kind of do the stupid thing of, when my meds aren't working, I'll take an extra med or two. So I'll do double what my dosage is, or 1.5 of what my dosage is, which I shouldn't do, but I kind of feel like it's necessary at this point for me to be able to function. So yeah, that's all going on. I've forgotten end chest. That's all going on, and then I can't get it boosted because the guy who I need to talk to, I haven't got a way to contact him. I haven't heard jack shit from him. And this was from last September, not the one just gone, the one before. And yeah, I've not heard anything, and I've not been able to say, hey, I've got an issue. I've just had to sit here, basically with my finger up my arse and wait. But I've been waiting for nearly a year and a bit now, a year and a half. And it's one of them where it's like I don't like being an asshole. I don't want to be pushy with people because I understand COVID and shit's happened, but a year and a half for a doctor to call me for a single day and tell me, well, ask me, is there anything you need to be done, and be done with that. A year and a half, like, it should be done by now, but yeah. I'll be back in about 2-3 minutes. I need to go do this fucking shit on my skin because I am actually really fucking gonna hurt in a minute. BRB. I am back. I apologise about that sincerely, but I have to do that occasionally. Otherwise my skin just goes to shit. But yeah, I'm going to invite my mate quick. Where you at, boy? Yes, I have to do my ABCs. Shut up. Shit. Right, while I wait to find out what my mate's doing, I'm gonna not go AFK, but I'm gonna keep speaking, but I'm probably gonna do a bit of the cream on my legs, because this is, yeah. The weird, I will have to go at one point though, for like 20 to 30 seconds, because, let me grab the cream and then I'll talk. And one moment, I need to take this off. Okay, so, the awkward thing with my cream is, it's a lard kind of texture slash substance, so it is very greasy, very unenjoyable to have on. It's essentially grease. It's not actual grease, obviously, but it is pretty much the exact same kind of texture feeling to it. So I am putting this on my skin, which then makes me feel greasy, which then irritates me. And if I touch my hair while my hands have got the cream on them, even if after applying the cream, it makes my hair really fucking greasy. And it is so annoying because I then have to shower, which is another obnoxious thing because my hair doesn't need to be washed, but then it does because it's getting fucking dirty from the cream. But then it's like, well, if I didn't have to put on the cream, I wouldn't have to go to a shower for like 4 days because my health is, fucking hell, I'm spitting everywhere. My hair is really healthy, and I took very good care of it, so I only need a shower at least, like, 4 days is the max I usually sit at, just because of other hygiene in other areas for obvious reasons. But I usually go to 2 to 3 days, but I can go to 4, but, you know, but, yeah, it's annoying because you try and put on this cream and it's like, yeah, it's on, and then you itch it and that's it, your hand is grease again. And even getting it off isn't hard enough task. You have to wash your hand like 5 times and it still will be there. And I have to put it on my face and everything. And then I have to put the headset on, which I actually need to move for a sec because my ear is fucking itchy. I then have to take the headset off, put the cream on my face, including near my ears, and then be very careful not to get all this fucking greasy cream kind of fucking shit on it. Because it's not nice, it's not fun, and I don't want to have a disgustingly fucking dirty headset. Well, disgustingly dirty looking headset. I look after my shit, but the way it would look if the cream got on it a lot would not be ideal, let's say. It would not look like I care about what I have and shit, whereas I refuse to work if I've got this cream on because I literally will ruin the keyboard, ruin the chair, and ruin my mouse. Because the lard will build up. It's build up like a kind of wall of it, inside of little cracks, crevices, anything it can get into. Even just on a phone, my phone's screen gets insanely greasy, and then it's like trying to get it off is so awkward because my hands have got no grease on them after washing them for like 10 minutes, but it's actually more like 3 to 4 minutes. But then you go and take this off, you get the grease on your hands. You try and take it off again, the grease goes from your hands onto there, but then the grease from there goes onto your hands. And it's so awkward, and it's like, well, what can I do? Can I clean it? No, because then the shit goes onto the whatever I'm using. If it's like a polished cloth or whatever, it gets onto that. If I use a, what's it called? A like actual like wet wipe, baby wipe or something like that, it will go and smudge, and because it's wet, it will go and get like it will go and spread even more, and then it needs to clean anymore. And when it's on the camera, it generally makes my phone look like a Nokia when it comes down to the camera. Like, it just looks like it's old and excuse me, dirty and grubby. And it's honestly so annoying because I don't like having that issue, because I like to be able to actually look nice and presentable, have nice looking hair and shit, have a nice looking fucking equipment for what I use to do my work on and play games on and all that. And it's like, it's constantly just one of those where it's like a battle of, well, I can either just let it just exist and ruin the shit I've got right now, or try my best but then limit what I can do. It's like, but yeah. It's like right now I'm having to fucking take my socks off because the fucking cream is. I have to wear literally just shorts, but then the cream's getting onto. I don't want to get on my socks because I got a brand new pair off my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. Yes, socks. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not gonna specify, but I love them. She got me socks, and I don't want to ruin them because the cream will literally stain. Well, not stain, but mark them and shit, and it looks so dingy and grubby and I just don't like it. I generally refuse to wear stuff like I've got a really nice hoodie recently from a clothes shop. It was 50 quid. I am so fucking scared to wear it with cream on because I do not want that fucking hoodie getting ruined because it looks so fucking nice. Like, it generally looks amazing. Like, I can't put it in words how lovely of a hoodie it is. Like, it's black, and then there's like these rose kind of, it's not petals, but it's like rose vine kind of sort of design. It is so nice. It's like rose vines in the design of like a petal. I'm really not doing this justice, but it does help if I don't mute myself. But just trust me on this. It looks fucking beautiful. Like, I'm not one for critiquing clothes and shit, but it is so nice. And then I combine that with a black pair of joggers or with some jeans. Boom. Fucking look at me, look at an old fucking smart bitch. Because excuse me again. It's not one of those hoodies that makes you look like a fucking tramp, but it doesn't make you look like a fucking mong either. It's one of those where it's like a balance of smart and presentable, but comfortable and easy to use. Well, easy to move around in and have a lot of. What would the word be? Can't think of the word. Maneuverability? Whatever. I don't know. Right, I'll be back in literally about 20-30 seconds. I've got to wash this shit off my hands now. And my hands go. Yeah. Is it me, Mario? I'm gay, and you're fat. Yahoo! Oh, old age. Right, has he messaged back yet? If he hasn't, I'm gonna... Ah. Right, my mate's joining later. So I've got... My mate Jack, I won't say... I'm not saying people's last names. Oh. Give me a moment. Fucking hell. Helvetesukablit. I'm not saying many of my friends... I'm not going to say any last names unless they want me to. Because... even then, I probably wouldn't even say the last names. Like, I'm not going to go... Oh, my mate Jack... last name. Like, it just sounds weird. Like, I just call him either Jack or Bro. Because I've known the guy since childhood. But... do I have it? Where have I put my like for... Right, I need grabbing a like for end chest, and that's it. I don't really need anything else because I'm literally just grabbing shit from the Nether. That's it. Anyway, I wouldn't say people's last names because it's like, one is for literally just protection reasons. Like if I start saying last names and let's say on the absolute unrealistic but very slight chance this was to, for whatever reason, end up getting however many views in the Hungers or whatever, I don't want 50 or 60 or however many people all searching up this guy's name and shit. I know it's very unlikely, but it's just that secure. It's just that precaution that I'm going to try and take with people because, you know, you don't want people's lives getting ruined because you mention last names. So like my girlfriend, like, people can obviously see a gamer tag because she'll be in the party, she'll be in the game later, so will my mate Oliver, so will my mate Jack. They'll all be probably in the game, at least Jack and Oliver, and maybe my girlfriend will be in the party. If they're not, if my girlfriend's not in the party, she'll probably be in the in a call with me. But yeah, it's like I won't say last names just so nothing can, for whatever reason, happen to anyone. It's unlikely, but even then, I'd rather take the precautions than be reckless and end up shit happening with someone. For example, my mate Jack, don't want anything to happen to him because of reasons he's got stuff with his family and stuff. I won't go in detail because that's not my business to say. But he's got a lot that could be a risk at any point, really. And I don't want that from the guy, so, you know, precautions. But other than that, it's like, it's also just really weird, but, you know. Like, people say they want me to kind of say their last names or shout them out. Like, for a few mates, yeah, I will do, because I don't really mind. It's not like there's many people watching these anyway at the moment, or ever, really. The chances are, I only do this, really, because I play games that often. This soul sound really pisses me off when it does this. Holy shit, those boots are gonna fucking die. But with shit like that, it's like the chances of this blowing up are very low, and I only do it because I play games that much, that consistently. Well, not consistently, because I haven't played. I'm not really going to support an argument for this. I don't play it consistently, really. I'll have a binge of it for like a month or so, and that's it. But it's one of those where it's like I'm only making streams and making VODs because it's a bit weird, but I'm kind of I kind of hate myself for not having any sort of video of what I've done through this Minecraft world or me playing through Hades. Like, I wish I streamed earlier, just because even though, yeah, sure you can make money off it, I'm not too asked about the money. I don't think the money will ever be really enough personally for me to be able to retire. And even if, well, not even retire, just not do a job and put this full time, even then I probably wouldn't. Not because I don't enjoy streaming. I actually really have liked doing it, because in a weird way it helps me with my whole ADHD and shit, because I'm just continuous. I just talk shit, and I think for some whatever reason, in like a year or so, when there's like 10 people who like I have 10 followers or whatever, even that I'll be happy with. I don't care who. They could be my close mates, or they could be complete strangers who don't even know English. I don't really care who they are. If they just like what I'm doing, it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, I wish it was more people. It's like, well, I couldn't care if there's 0 or 1,000 or 100 or what. At the end of the day, I'm still going to be playing my game, so what's the difference? Sure, people can be there to witness it, and I'll have a way to document the progress throughout the games I've played from Minecraft. Like this, I wish I had a video throughout all the time I spent just playing this game. I don't even care if it was in terrible quality or I was terrible commentating on my own gameplay. I really wouldn't care. I just wish I had something to use to show progress throughout this game, because it is such a massive amount of time and energy and dedication I have honestly put into this world that I would love to have seen a time lapse or even just a small video of just what it was and now what it is, because it may not look like much to some, but to me this is a massive amount. I've never been dedicated to something as much as I was to this world at the beginning. I still am. I honestly always think about stuff I could do with it, but I have a uni course that I am always going to have to be keeping in mind. And then, even then, I'm going to have a job, as I've previously mentioned, that I'm going to be hopefully getting in July or whenever. And it's like, I always have to consider this stuff, because although, yes, I love games and I would love to play them for a career, I also love making them, in a sense. I love the design of a game. I love doing game dev. I love it. Some people think, oh, but why don't you, like, some people might be like, well, yeah, but at the end of the day, if you play games and it makes a lot of money, wouldn't you rather that than make the games and get set amount of money? It's like, no, I'd rather still make them. I'd probably even, if I could, like, obviously not in a company, because there are lots of terms and conditions that would really not let me stream or video what I'm doing. But at the same time, it's like I would even then still make videos every occasion or stream about what I'm doing, or even stream. I would honestly probably do a stream of me doing like just college work, but I say college work, by the way, because I'm doing a HNC. It's a higher national certificate. I'm doing that rather than a uni course, because I don't think I am ready personally for one. I could do one, but the amount of support you get at uni is not enough for what I'm in need of, because I'm very awkward. Like, if a question is not worded correctly in the slightest bit, that will be all it takes, and I can have an absolute mental breakdown over it. Like, at the moment, I've not done 2 of my learning objectives, which are talking about the game board, the board game I'm going to be creating. But then, when it comes down to the actual practical of it, I have done quite a lot. Yes, it's not a massive amount of effort. It's not like I've created every single image, or I've not created a single image, truthfully. Like, I've used different parts of different PNGs and JPEGs that I've just combined together, made look like a good card design, and just stuck with that. I've not made the cards themselves, like the entire texturing. I've just literally got some images, combined them together, used some Photoshop skills, done that, and that's it. I'm trying to find this fucking Elytra, and I cannot remember for the sake of my life where it's going to be. Anyway, but I love games. I love playing them. I love making them. yes, it's hard making games. I will not discredit that. That is fucking hard, but at the same time, I'm not in it for money. I don't care about this for money. This could give me 2p per year or 2,000 per year. It would not change that I love games and I will still play them. I would probably, things would obviously change with money. That's not saying money isn't important, but if I get, like, say from Twitch I get 20 grand per year, that's very fucking unlikely. But let's be theoretical. If I was getting that much per year, then yeah, shit would change. I would probably get a PC that's very high spec so I can do lots of games. I'd probably get an editor to help me make videos and help me with my stream, because at the moment my stream I am doing all by myself by using videos, using videos as reference to what to do, like what things I need to add and shit, and it's like, god damn, there's a lot to this. I respect those who do it. Let's go. I will shout this guy out. I do not care what I've said. I will shout him out. Tear of Grace, absolutely fucking class YouTuber and streamer. Like, some people may find him a dick because he kind of, sometimes if someone's wrong or something, he'll just get pissed off. But at the end of the day, I love him. He's fucking hilarious, and he's so kind-hearted. Like, he swears and shit, but at the end of the day, someone donates to him. Like, there's a guy I was looking through his subs, or gifted subs or something. Someone's gifted 3,000 subs, which is like, I think 15 grand. I don't know the translations. Twitch doesn't let me get that. I don't really care about it, but I would set it up. But yeah, there's a guy that's done 3 grand, like 3,000 gifted subs, and there's people who've spent 72 grand in his streams. But at the end of the day, he's still there. Like, stop using your money on me. I was watching a VOD he made yesterday, literally, to get better ideas for what I should do. And in one of the VODs, fucking a guy donated his birthday money, and I think it was like a couple £100, like maybe £1,000. I can't remember how much came up on screen. It might have just been a little bit even, but the guy gave him a bit of money, and it was on not the streamer's birthday, the guy's birthday, and the streamer essentially said, do you want the money back? Because it's your birthday, it's your money, it's your birthday money, you spend it on you, not me. One sec. But yeah, he was like that about it, and it was like, that's the thing. We was literally having a debate about it in college, because we was talking about how there's a guy, I don't know his name, I'm so awful with names, but he basically just does like his job, which is like wood cutting or carpeting or something like that, and it's literally just him, and he's just there. And I remember seeing a video, and some guy donated to him or gifted a sub to him, and the guy came up to him and was like, oh, thank you, but do you want your money back? Like, and then there's the girl, I don't know her name, and I'm glad I don't, because I'm not gonna say what I would say to her. I don't know why I picked that up, that's my girlfriend's, but yeah. I'm not gonna say what I would say to her, because I'll probably get permanently banned. But yeah, the way she was like, a guy gifted her money and said, oh, I'm too poor to donate, and she went, you're too poor to give me donate $5, what about my bills or food or something? And it was like, that's the people I hate, who think people who are watching the streams are entitled. No, at the end of the day, it's free content. Like, I don't play this and think, oh, someone's going to donate me 20 grand because I'm playing Minecraft and they have to owe me. No. My guy, I don't give a shit. Like, money's money. Yeah, money, everyone needs money, but do I do this for money? No, I do this because regardless of whether I'm getting 1,000 views or not, I'm going to be playing this game regardless, so I may as well make a video or make a stream of it. Have fun, enjoy it, and possibly have other people enjoy it. Like I've said to my mates, do you want to join? I showed a picture of to my mate Jack in a group chat where there's loads of other people, and he basically said, oh, let me join. I was like, yeah, sure, when? And it took him 20 minutes to reply, but he was like, oh, I'm busy at the moment sorting food and shit. but I'll join in a bit, and I'm like, yeah, sure. I asked my mate Oliver, does he want to play, and he said he's in work, but at 9 he can play. My girlfriend, whenever she gets home, will probably join, because she's been wanting to play Minecraft for a while, and truthfully, I've just been so pissed off with games recently. Not even, like, all games, just specifically Fortnite. Like, I bet my life isn't here. Oh, I am so happy it's not. But Fortnite, I've been playing a bit recently, and I mean quite a bit. I haven't screamed it though, because when I would honestly get taken down, my account would get taken down instantly, because of just how what would be the word for this? How pented up I can get, and how quickly I will lose my shit. But yeah, I would stream it, but also I'm with my girlfriend, and truthfully, it's one of them where I don't like getting pissed off while with my girlfriend, because there's a few reasons on it, but I'm not going into them. They're not topics I want to discuss publicly. But I don't like getting pissed off around her, or around anyone really. I don't even enjoy getting angry or anything, but my anger issues just exist, and I hate it, but I'm stuck with them. And because I'm a competitive person, I love games. I will play a game, I'll say to like my mates will be like, oh yeah, we'll play this, it's chill, and you'll probably see when later on people join, I start getting really serious. I'm like, right, what you doing? I'm like, I have to have a plan and shit. And then when I'm playing games, I get serious, I get competitive, and then as soon as I start losing or get shat on, that's it, I start getting fucking riled up. I'm not as bad with it anymore in games like Rocket League, where I used to be. I used to be absolutely horrid on Rocket League. Like, I generally have been banned so many times just from comms, because I am so admittedly toxic, hence the name. With games like that, like, I hate losing, and it drives me to the wall when people beat me, so obviously I get pissed off. Which is why I don't stream Fortnite, because I would get taken down, and yeah. I also just don't want that sort of thing to be. I mean, I don't have a problem with people knowing I get pissed off and people seeing that I get pissed off and shit, but the way I get isn't who I am and isn't who I like. So I'm trying to work on that, but it's always one of those things where you got one issue, but you got 12 other issues, and then it's like, yeah, I've got my ADHD, my autism that I'm trying to sort. I'm trying to get diagnosed with my depression, trying to get diagnosed with, what's it called? Ooh, dyslexia, also bipolar, and if the other thing, what's it called? Oh, give me a minute. I wouldn't say my anger issues, because although yes, they're not I've not been diagnosed with anything for my anger. The obvious fact that I have anger issues is very present, and it is basically undeniable that I have got some form of anger issues, to the point that it is an unhealthy problem. But that's why I play games like this. I don't play competitive games like. I try and avoid competitive games at least, such as Fortnite, because Fortnite I hate. I just hate it. I don't even think it's a bad game. Yeah, well, kinda. But I don't hate the company. I just hate the game itself and what it has done. I'm not going in detail about this. I cannot be asked. Discussing a topic I will rant about for 2 years and still not shut up about. But what the company did, and with the industry, it's a nerdy thing. Most people will be like, oh, but I enjoyed the game. It's like, yeah, that's fine. I don't have an issue with people enjoying the game. I just have an issue with what impact they had on the industry themselves, and how everyone thought that Fortnite was going to be a massive thing, and how it was the next thing, and then everyone starts jumping on the bandwagon, and it's like, oh, fuck off. Anyway, aside from that though, it's something about the people building on it. It's just not fun. Like, I don't like to shoot someone and be stuck in a situation where they're building, and I'm like, I don't like building, not even because I can't anyway, but it's because I hate how it's basically, if you can build, you can win. If you can build a tower big enough, then what they're gonna do? They can't shoot you. You've got the high ground. Star Wars. But yeah, that's the issue. I don't like how it's always just either you build a tower and you win, or you lose because you don't want to play scummy. You don't want to be one of these people, excuse me, who constantly just press LT, RT, RB, LB, and just sweat the game out to the point it's just unreal. I'm gonna grab another Elytra. I might not even grab one, honestly. I've not even got it. I'm getting an end chest. I'm just grabbing an end chest from wherever in here, and I'm going because I'm not prepared. I don't know where I've put half of the shit on this world, so we'll figure it out later. But anyway, where was I? Stream. I don't know where I was at, other than about the industry and shit. But I don't know why, but there is something about it that annoys me. But I try and just play games that aren't as annoying. Like I've definitely gotten better recently with my anger issues. Like I'm nowhere near as angry as I used to be. Like I used to be raging on Minecraft. Every game you can name. If you can name a game, I can get pissed off at it. Literally, that's how bad I was. Ow. Fucking hell. What was that? I think I got bit by a fucking bug, you know. Oh, bastard. Where is it? Let me find this fucking bite. Wherever it is. It's there. Ow. Yeah, bug bite. Fucking ace. Don't know what's bit me. Can fucking piss off, though. Anyway. But there's something about it that just really just does piss me off to the point I can't actually not get pissed off at the game. Like, it's a rare occasion on that game I will not swear in an angry state. Nice voice crack. Like, sure, there are times where I have enjoyed the game and it's been fun and stuff, but those times are so rare that the amount of anger and possible damage it's going to cause me, because at the moment I am the controller I'm using, I have been fucking punching and fucking smashing against my windowsill, and it is going to break soon, and I've only been using it for this month. I've not even used it that long, and that's the issue, is that I have that bad of a temper that losing at a game will cause me to just break shit. I fucking broke my TV last month, not intentionally though, but yeah. I blame earphones for that one. They fucking decided to fling at it at 200 miles per hour. Not literally, but metaphorically, kind of, in a way. Yes, that's true, but not wrong. But, yeah. My wall's got holes in it. Like, I mean, holes. Not like, no, it's got a little spring. No, there's a fucking hole. I could fit in a fucking child in it, and it still would be fucking half fucking open. I'm gonna DDoS a fucking child. I can't say that shit. That is a joke. Kind of forget that. But yeah, with games like that, it just I just can't help myself. That's why I want to stop playing it at the moment. But you know. Have I put it on my story already that I'm playing this? 46 minutes ago. Yes, I have. Alright, cool. I had to make sure. I wasn't sure. Anyway. With the game though, it's like, I just don't like playing something that pisses me off. Now, like, I enjoy Minecraft. I would only get pissed off at Minecraft on PvP, really. I've got pissed off on single player. I've got pissed off in this world multiple times, but, you know. We don't need to talk about that. Where the fuck was I? Where have I put my Elytras? My fucking genuine question. It's not down in the, like, basement, so where in fuck's name would it be? Yeah, oh well. But yeah. Other than with games and shit, though, it's like, I don't even figure out where I was on my topic. 1 minute. I'm gonna listen to my own fucking voice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am what people may call absolutely fucking spiffing. Anyway, I love games. I don't know where I'm going with this, really. I haven't got a direction. Just fucking get over it. Don't shut up. Ooh. I think you're a bit fast, you. You're fat. Hey, got a friend. But yeah. But in the day, we're screaming. I'm not in it for money or fame or anything. I'm just doing it 'cause it's funny, and me as well. Right, sorry, but I forgot. I kind of muted my mic and I didn't realize. I need to check. What am I doing? Right. But at the end of the day, I do this because I may as well. I may as well have a documentation of it, of me making progress in whatever I'm doing. I like it. I don't know, there's something satisfying about it, like seeing what this is now, this moment, what this is, and what in a year, half a year. Like I like seeing progression, and I like to be able to notice it and have a video and show, oh, the world was like this at one point. Now it's like this. It's like, oh, it is good. There's some people might not like it. I just find it intriguing personally, but that's me, not you. So, you know, I really am gonna actually have a stroke if I can't find out where I've put this. But with actual like games, like for example, like Rocket League, I used to get really pissed off at, but now I don't, because I just don't. I don't care about it really. That's the thing. I don't care. Whereas with Hades, I care about it, but I'm not gonna get pissed off at it, because at the end of the day, I don't. So about it not being down here, how about we shut fuck up and not talk about it? Thank you. Okay, we can go to the Nether. Anyway, with the whole different games, like I think I truly cannot remember where I was going with this topic, and my fucking brain is generally having a stroke. I might end stream so I can see what I was talking about, but I don't want to, so I won't. But so regarding my mates, though, I have multiple people hopefully coming on today. I have my mate Oliver, my girlfriend, and my mate Jack. Jack and Oliver are both childhood friends. When I moved to where I moved to, when I was like a very young kid, he was the person, well, his family were the people who moved next door, while our estate was still being built, and I've known the guy ever since, and I don't even know how old I was back then. I don't know why I went I don't know, shit just weird with me. Jack I've known since nursery or something, I'm pretty sure, and we've just been mates since. We don't always talk, we're not one of those people, well, that's me, most people really, other than my girlfriend really. I don't talk to people daily. I don't really see a point. Like, if I talk to someone every single day, eventually I just wouldn't want to talk to them. Like, obviously, girlfriends and wives and significant others, that's different. But with someone like just your mate, you eventually will get tired of them. Like, in high school, primary, high school, and college, it's kind of different. But if you actively speak to a person 365 all 365 days of a year, eventually you'll get tired of them. That's my opinion. There are definitely people out there who probably like that, but in my opinion, I would not want to be constantly talking to Jack or Oliver or whoever else. Not because I don't like them. They're my brothers essentially. Like, they're family, but they're not my actual family. They're not blood related family, but I'd class them as family, definitely. But I don't find it one of those things, like, I wouldn't find it enjoyable to talk to my mates every single day just because I can. Like, yeah, sure, I enjoy speaking to them. They're great guys, and they're a great laugh. But oh, amazing start, boys. But there's just something about it. Oh, I've remembered this. I hate that. I've just remembered how much pain this is gonna be. But yeah, there's something about talking to your mate too much, too often. Like, I would find it draining and also just tiring to constantly talk to a guy who I don't need to talk to every day. I just do it for the sake of it. Like, sure, if you got something to say to your mate, like when Jack just messaged me saying, "Hey, can I join?" I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." It's like, that's fine, but it's when you just start talking about, you just talk no reason, and there's no intended way for the conversation to go. You don't have a plan, you don't have any sort of idea what you're talking about, you're just talking. It's like, sometimes that does work, I'll admit that's happened a few times, but the likeliness of it actually going well is very low in my opinion, and I personally just I don't enjoy a conversation that's being forced to continue. Like, if a conversation is done, I'm happy with it ending. But if it just keeps going, it's like, why is it still going, man? Obviously with girlfriends and shit, like, that's kind of different because you enjoy talking to them daily and shit, and you enjoy their presence. It's like, it's not a thing against your mates, but it's weirdly different. Some people may not be like me. People aren't going to be like me. That's just fact. But there are also going to be people who are like me, who feel like talking to your best mate every fucking day would be so draining and so unreal. It would just make you feel like you're not even, like, it wouldn't make him feel like a mate at that point, to me, in my opinion. Like, yeah, I can talk to a guy, if I could talk to Jack or Oliver or anyone like that any day of the week, and if I'm, but it's one of them where it's like, if I don't need to or don't have any sort of reason to talk to the guy, why talk to him? Like, yeah, sure, but talk to him, whatever, that's up to them, that's just how people are. But in my opinion, I don't talk to people if I don't have a reason to. I talk to my girlfriend every day because I love her, simple enough. But with mates, it's like, obviously they're my mates, and I'm always there for them. If they ever need me, I'm always going to be there for them. But if I don't need to talk to them, and they don't need to talk to me, I am not going to start, and I don't want them to start forcing a conversation to just go. because it doesn't make the conversation feel fun or enjoyable or even just like legit. It just feels that tiring. It's like it doesn't even feel like an actual conversation with your mate. It just feels like a fucking like AI just talking to you. It's just, oh well, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? It's like those conversations you have with your mates where you just talk. Well, not your mates, but with like a friend you've recently met, and or like a girl you're trying to get with, and all that keeps going up in the conversation is what you up to. That shit is just doesn't. Oh, I just hate it. I don't think many people are going to be agreeing with me on this point, but I don't get it. I don't get why people just let conversations like that happen. Like, bro, just if you don't know where you're going with a conversation, don't continue it. Because usually if you don't continue a conversation without knowing what you're trying to do with it, or where it's trying to go, or what the intended purpose of saying said words are, it just ends up going to shit. And this is funny coming from me, because I never think about what I'm saying to someone before I say it, but alas, here I am. But yeah, it's like as I said, we're girlfriends. With my girlfriend, I love her, and I enjoy talking. I enjoy talking to her daily. But for some, that same thing is with their mates as well, which is fair enough. That's fine. But I personally just don't see the necessity to just go and be like constantly on my mate's ass. Like, obviously if you're younger and shit, yeah, you can justify it with that, really. Like, yeah, you're younger, you got more time. But with me and my mates, we're all basically we're going into an adult life now. We're all 19, going up to 20, really, if not already 20. I won't say ages, but of my mates at least. But obviously I'm 19. I've said that. I'm fine people knowing I'm 19, and I do game design as a uni course. That's no problem. There's so many 19-year-olds doing it, so it's like, oh, which one of them's named Jordan? Oh, and it's funny because even if you find me, there are 2 people in my college called Jordan. Well, 2 people in my course called Jordan. So good luck finding which one of us it is. Even though if you find me and you come into the college, you know which one I will be. Surely just because of how I act. But hey. And if not that, it's my fucking voice as well. It's hard to forget. It's annoying. I'm aware. But yeah. Obviously, it's my mates who know who I am, and people who are on my Snapchat probably know who I am when I put a thing up saying, "Oh, screams! I'm doing screams." Going. But at the end of the day, I don't. It's something weird. It's like I understand why some people are fine with people knowing shit like that, but I don't want to, in the most kindest way, I don't want absolutely people I have no idea about knowing who I am, what I'm doing. Well, no, not who I am, or what I'm doing, but just knowing every single detail about me to the finest point, to the point does it feel like I'm safe even doing a single thing, because it'll be watched by like many people. Like this being watched by people, fine, that's not my motto. I'm on about that. I'm on about like if I was to try and go and, it's like celebrities. If a celebrity guys go out somewhere, it's gonna be on some sort of fucking media platform, whether it's Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, on the news, some shit. And that's the sort of thing I dread. Even though, let's be realistic here, that ain't ever gonna happen to me. There's no chance that's gonna happen anytime soon at all. Could happen over time, definitely. Not likely, but it could happen. But at the end of the day, if that did happen for whatever reason, I would not be comfortable with people having all this information about me and not knowing where it's going or who's seeing it or what. Like, obviously mates are fine. I don't care what they know. Like, they know shit, I'm fine with that. They're my mates, I'm fine. I know them, they know me. That's how it is. But with random people, like people watching streams like this, there's a line of what I'm happy with people knowing and what I'm not happy with people knowing about me. And I also try not to let my mates, like, details go out. I'm not gonna start shouting about my mates' last names, where they live, because just as I said recently, just for the sake of fucking privacy and security, I don't want that upon any of my mates, and I would never wish that upon them. So I wouldn't take that chance. Sure, if my mate says, oh, you can use my last name if you really want, because there are multiple people, like for example, I know multiple Jacks. I don't actually know many Olivers. I only know like one. Well, I know one obviously, but I don't think I know any others other than that one that I can remember. So it's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna do it without them saying yeah, it's cool, because yeah, obviously if I'm doing a story and I need to, and I don't want them, if I don't want to kind of say names, I will just use a random name. But if it's a story like how during the National Citizenship Service, or the NCS project, there was a guy, I actually don't remember his name, funny enough, but there's a guy and he had a duster and he went to a fire alarm, and it was the funniest shit ever, because he started dusting near the fire alarm and it was this big ass, like, I think like at least 6 foot, 7 foot fucking pole of just a duster, and there's tiny duster head on it, and he went and started dusting on like the fire alarm, like he actually dusted on the fire alarm, and it was like 1 AM and we were all meant to be asleep. He comes in the room with a fucking duster on this pole thing, I don't know what it was, but it was fucking massive. Comes into the room, my asthma at that time was absolutely fucking horrific, so I was there wheezing my fucking lungs out, and then all of a sudden the fucking alarm went off, and I started fucking actually just dying on the spot. I was pissing myself and I couldn't control myself. I was generally gonna fucking actually have an asthma attack from how much I was laughing. Well, not actually going to have, but it was that funny I may as well have had an asthma attack. And we ended up having to all go out the building in either barefoot or socks, depends if you had socks on. If you fall asleep with socks on though, you're a fucking creep, don't talk to me anyway. We all went out and we all had to stand, and it wasn't like grass or like concrete, nah, it was fucking stones. It was like stones, so you just got a nice crunch, crank on your feet as you stood, and it's just, ow, pain. I wasn't arsed though, because I'm fucking half asleep anyway. By that point of having to walk out the building and be like, yeah, hey, fire alarm, woo. I was done with that shit. Still laughing, but emotionally I was just fucking drained. I was tired, but I couldn't stop laughing because that shit was still fucking funny. But yeah, we ended up getting, we all had to evacuate just in case, because it was 1 AM. Why would there be a false alarm at that time? So they had to take, obviously, safety measures. And when we got back in, I was there and was all just kind of in the room together. Some people were pissed off with the guy because he went and did it and kind of caused a whole fuss, and he made a lot of trouble for everyone. I didn't give a shit, because at the end of the day, there's nothing that could have been done about it at that point, and I'm not gonna start giving shit to the guy, because at the end of the day I found it funny. I know people didn't, but I found humour in it, and I personally, although I can understand why people see a problem with it, I didn't see it as something that I would get involved in, because it wasn't an issue to me. Like, yeah, of course I didn't want to go outside barefoot on fucking stones, but at the same time, I'm kind of, in a weird way, I'm kind of glad the guy did that, because that is one of the most memorable things from that entire thing. And honestly, it made up for the entire draining months that came afterwards for him, for all the stuff that happened afterwards. But it was so good. But yeah, it's like I don't mention like names, just secure privacy reasons, as I've said. But I'm gonna move off this topic, so I know I'm done with it, because I'm gonna fucking start having aneurysm in a minute. I guess while on the topic of stories, during the NCS stories, there was a guy who basically he was called. I'm gonna call him Matthew. Now, Matthew was let's say, one of those guys you'd see going to the cadets, go to the military, and look like the very stereotypical soldier at the beginning, but he's shredded. I think he had a 6 or an 8 pack. He was about, I would say about 5'11", 6 foot possibly. I can't remember his height exactly. All I remember is he was taller than me. I'm going to shorten his name from Matthew to Matt, just because I can't actually be arsed saying Matthew. Yeah, Matt's just easier. But, yeah. So, he had a very good physique, he was a very great guy, and a lot of girls had a fucking crush on him, because, as you can expect, a guy with an 8-pack or a 6-pack who was, he had a kind of, he was a, I wouldn't say he wasn't bald, but he has like a very, like, he had like a 1 or a 2 on the top and sides. 1 second. Anyway, sorry about that. I was drinking and then I fucking just choked, so that was really enjoyable. So yeah, he had a really nice looking physique. I'm not gay, don't worry, but I could admit that he had a very nice looking body in a sense. Like, I could understand why girls would like him. But yeah, he was honestly an amazing guy. Like, I loved the guy. Like, not in a gay way, no homo and that, but like, generally, the guy was so fucking funny. He had a great sense of humor, and he was also just really supportive, and he didn't have any bad, as people would say, bad bones in him. Like, he was not a bad person. He had no, like, potential, like, he didn't have it in him to ever really do any harm to someone. He was a very kind and gentle person, but was also not gonna, he wasn't a person who took shit from people. And I remember when that fire alarm had went off, he came back into the room and he went, "Right, lads, I'm gonna go to sleep. I need you all to fucking shut up now, please." And we all kind of was like, okay, yeah, he's got a point. And we all kind of got along with Matthew. Like, Matthew was kind of the lead ringer in the group, because he actually was going to be, I think he was intending to go to the army. But yeah, we kind of not unintentionally, but unknowingly saw him as a leader of the room we was in, with about, give me a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lads in there. There were 10 lads in there. I can remember about half of the names. But we all, I think most of us at least I did, definitely. But I said he was the lead ringer in the group, and he was the one who everyone kind of looked to when we needed reassurance or confirmation or anything like that. He was always the kind of guy you'd go, "Hey Matt, what do you think?" And yeah. During the NCS though, when he told us all basically, right, he's going to sleep, shut the fuck up. After he said that, we was all kind of there, and at first he was actually kind of grouchy about it, because he was kept up at 1 AM by a guy setting off on a fire alarm, and he was a very light sleeper, but not light sleeper, but he was very easy to wake up if alarms went off. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's him just because he wants to be in the army and you need to be ready at any time. But as soon as he woke up, he was fucking like energetic as shit, and then it gone. Like, adrenaline went, and then it was gone. And once he'd basically been outside, we'd been stood there for about 10 minutes, and basically either pajamas or shorts or whatever. Matthew gets in, tells us to shut the fuck up, he's going to sleep. He's trying to go to sleep. Now, we weren't being disrespectful towards Matt, but we all kind of were like, at least I was not in the mood to go to sleep at that point. I don't know if that's because at that time I was not as diagnosed with my ADHD as I should have been. I was not on the right medication in a sense. I kind of didn't have it wasn't as strong as I needed it, and I knew it wasn't strong enough, but they had to go in slow doses rather than just go, okay, here's the max. It's like, no. Oh, I'm max inventory as well. Funny. So they couldn't just give me the max, but they could slowly bump it up until it did max out, which is kind of shit because that shit needs to stack, you know. But yeah, so we all was kind of just there. I was not in the mood to sleep, so I was in a very childish, giggly mood, and I couldn't stop laughing. If someone just literally coughed, I'd laugh. And we was all trying to be quiet from Matthew because we understood that he was very tired and he had a rough day because he was doing a lot. There's like an army course thing. Like you know how tough mud we can, no, like an army obstacle course where like, there's the tires you have to crawl through, there's a fucking thing you have to climb, shit like that. Yeah, there was all that. It was like a little obstacle course kind of shit, fun as hell. But Matthew decided, I'm not doing this thing once, I'm gonna do it twice, and I'm gonna race one of the instructors. And it was one of those where it's like, yeah, we understood why he was tired, so we weren't like, no, shut the fuck up, you're being a dick. Nah, we understood the guy, and we weren't going to be assholes, because we all kind of understood where he's coming from, but we weren't kind of be disrespectful, but we all wanted to kind of, at that point, we were all just like, yeah, let's fucking stay up, lads. So, we kind of stayed up, but we didn't intend to. No one had an agreement, we didn't say out loud. But I think everyone kind of had the same thing of, I can't sleep now after that fucking alarm blazing in my fucking ears for about 10 minutes. So, I think Matthew and about 2 others, I can't remember who, I don't even know if they did go to sleep, but they went to, they kind of were going to sleep, and then we started having a bit of a conversation and shit. And we ended up all just kind of chilling and talking. And then all of a sudden I started fucking pissing myself laughing for I don't know what reason, but I was. And I unintentionally woke Matthew up. And when he woke up, I realised I'd woke him up. And I was like, oh shit, did I wake you up? If so, sorry. He's like, yeah, it's alright, don't worry about it. I understand you're laughing a bit. And it wasn't like I was screaming laughing, I wasn't howling or anything like that. I wasn't fucking that level of laughing. But because my asthma was fucking absolute dog wank, I was wheezing uncontrollably, and I couldn't help it when I started to cough, and yeah, and woke him up. So when he woke up, and I was apologetic, I was saying, sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up, I'm just laughing at this, yeah. And he was dope with it. He understood that I was not trying to be an asshole with it, I wasn't being disrespectful, I just was trying to have a joke with lads, and I can't really stop myself from wheezing. So he was cool with it, and it ended up with him being like, right, fuck it. 2 guys, I'm not gonna name, tried to get girls to get into the, tried to have girls stay in the night in the room. As in, they basically just want to sleep together. One of them was girlfriend and boyfriend, the other I'm pretty sure were not. And long story short, the staff came in and were like, right, where's 2 girls? 2 girls have gone missing, where are they? They came over and they were like, they checked the top bunks first, obvious reasons. Well, one of them checked all the top bunks, while the other went over straight over to the guy whose girlfriend was on the trip. And they basically said, is your girlfriend in your bed with you right now? He went, nope. And they went, is she in your bed at this current moment? And he went, nope. And they were like, do you mind getting out your bed then, if you are fully clothed, or if you do require to get clothed, we will temporarily leave the room, let you get changed, and after a minute or 2 minutes we will come back in, and we would like to just check. So he was like, I'm dressed. He knew he was fucked at that point, I think, because he just went and said, yep, I'm dressed. They saw that she was in there, and they basically got her to get out of the bed, out of the boys' room. And it turned out that because that was a rule of no guys can sleep with girls while together on this crib, they technically broke the, well, they did actually break the rules. There was just no way around it. They did break the rules that they had set. So they kind of just were there, and all of us lads at that point were not going to sleep. It was 2 AM ish, I would say, and we've just been woken up by the staff turning a fucking light on and then checking people's beds to make sure there are no other girls, and it kind of just ended up with me and Matt saying, hey lads, what do you want to do? And we was all just kind of there, and we was like, fuck it. Matt said, right, I'm back in a minute anyway, I'm going for a fucking piss. And he went out the room in just his fucking boxers. And there's no specific reason, well, there is a specific reason, you'll understand in a minute, why I remember that. Shut the fuck up! Is because he went out in only his boxers. He came back literally 20-30 seconds later, and the staff was like near to the door. He came back after his piss, and he was only in his boxers, and the staff were like, Matt, why are you walking around in only your boxers? He went, well, I was going to sleep, but I'm not asleep, so I had to go for a piss, so you know, I was, yeah. They're like, did you not walk around in your boxers, mate? And he's like, I'm honestly, I'm just gonna use her actual name for this one, Hannah. She was really lovely, and also could take a lot of banter. And basically, she said to Matt, can you put something on other than boxers, please? And he basically went, oh, but Hannah, don't you think it might have looked good though? And she just started fucking laughing, was like, Matt, I'm gonna fucking punch you, mate. But yeah, he got back in the room, and then they were like, right, no girls in the room, don't start breaking the rules, you fucking idiots. And then next minute, another staff member called Lenny. He isn't called Lenny, but it's not far from his actual name, but yeah. And I think it was Lenny, yeah, I don't know what his actual name was. I think it's something like one thing, well, I'm not gonna say it for obvious reasons, but he came in and he basically said, be honest with me lads, do you lot think you're even going to sleep at this point tonight? And we all kind of went, to be honest, no. He was like, alright, that's fine. It's the last night. No, it wasn't the last night, this was the first night actually. So he was kind of just like, right, well, if you can get asleep, if you can't, then I don't know what to say other than just try and talk together, but just keep it to a minimum where others can still sleep. It ended up with us all just kind of talking for about 4 hours until 6 AM, where everyone kind of passed out other than like me and I think 2 others. I don't know if I don't think Matt stayed awake, but there was another guy called, I'm going to call him Brett, because I'm thinking of Tara Grayson, yeah. He, I think, was up, and I was talking to him, and I'll be honest, at the time, I'm not gonna say I was being racist, but I didn't like the guy a lot. He wasn't a bad guy, I just got pissed off very easily at that point, and at that point in time, and the guy was getting on my nerves a little bit, not intentionally, he didn't know he was getting on my nerves, but I was getting pissed off with him, and I think another guy could tell I was getting a bit pissed off. So they kind of saw that I was getting a bit antsy, and then Brett said something, and I think I kind of unintentionally, like, I think at this point it was like 8 AM, I kind of shouted at the guy. It wasn't like a shout as in I started getting in his face, I just kind of shouted a bit, and I instantly felt like shit, and I think I said to the guy, I feel like shit for shouting at the guy, because he didn't do anything wrong, but I'm just really fucking, I don't know what it is, but I'm tense or antsy. He went, well, it's not a problem as long as you just make sure to go and apologise to him, because I think you actually did upset him, because it seemed like the guy actually kind of likes you. Not in a gay way, not in a gay way. but like he gets along with me. I went up to, I was all in the room at the time, and basically Matt went and said, Jordan, do you need to say something to him? And I'm like, I basically apologized. I hate apologizing, by the way. It is one of those things I hate doing. If I'm apologizing on my own compass, then yes, I'm fine with it. But if I'm being forced to say sorry, I feel so awkward, because it's like, I don't like it. It's just, I'm fine admitting when I'm wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong, but I don't like going to someone after being told to say sorry, and it's like, well, now I don't want to, not even because I'm an asshole, but because I just feel like it's not coming from me at that point, it's coming from you for me, in a way. But anyway, he basically said, he basically said, do I need to say something to him? I apologised, which, it wasn't an awkward apology, it was just one of those where it's like, I felt a little bit out of touch with it, because I was like, it felt like everyone was kind of listening, and I don't like it, but at the end of the day, I didn't want to leave shit how it was, because I felt bad. Apologising to the guy, and he was cool with it. He understood why, because I did say I didn't mean to lash out at him. I was just really fucking tense for some reason, and I don't know, shit just built. I was just getting pissed off, and then you said something, and I said something I didn't mean, and I didn't mean to shout here. And he was cool with it. He understood. I talked to him afterwards about it, and I went in detail what happened. I told him how he was pissing me off, really. I was not sugarcoating it, to say the least. I went to him and said, right, I'm going to be truthful with you, mate. The reason I shouted at you last night wasn't because of anything else other than the fact you were just genuinely pissing me off, and I was getting a bit fucking annoyed with you because you just kept going and talking. Kind of like how I am at the moment. And I was not in the mood at that time because it was like, it was morning and I had not slept essentially. So I kind of lost my shit with the guy because I was grouchy / grumpy. And yeah. The dude at the end was fine though. He did say he was cool with it, he understood. But I did still say I didn't mean to lash out at him the way I did. I couldn't hold myself back from saying what I wanted to say, so I said what I wanted to say. But the guy was cool. He was fine with me afterwards. I actually saw him in the gym a while ago. I don't know how long you want to deem a while ago with me, but let's say it was a decent time ago-ish. Yeah, I'm very good with being specific if you can't tell. But yeah, the guy's sound. I'm honestly fine with him now, but back then I kind of had an issue with him for a bit. But I think the biggest thing that happened during it was there was a guy called, I'm going to change his name because it's not Nate, but I don't want to stick too close to what his actual name is. It's not Nate, by the way. But yeah, so did I say it's Nate or Nathan? I can't remember which of the two I'm going to use. I know it's not Nathan, but yeah, we'll just go with Nathan. So Nathan was there. This was on the next night when people were trying to sleep, and this time it was a serious thing where we all had a bit of a thing at like 10 PM. We all kind of had a bit group thing of, right lads, let's all be respectful tonight towards each other. Let's not do it hinting me. Start setting off fire alarms, hinting towards the guy who set the fire alarm off. But let's also not forget we are here to enjoy ourselves. Don't let each other pull each other down. Let's just all kind of chill and have a bit of fun, but don't let others be kept up if you want to stay up yourself. So we all agreed to that. We was all cool with that. We all understood what was coming, what he was trying to say. And on that night, I again struggled to sleep. So I was up, and there was a guy who was, I think, either under my bunk or to the left of me. Yeah, probably to the left of me. He could have been having one at me at one point. I can't remember if he was though. But he was really fucking pissed off because someone wouldn't shut up while he was trying to sleep, and he couldn't sleep. And he essentially said that if he doesn't shut up, he's gonna fucking lose his shit in a minute and punch someone. And I then went and said, but couldn't you say that a bit nicer? And long story short, I didn't help the situation at all, really, because I essentially said, can you not say that any nicer? And he went, no, I really can't be asked, to be honest, with anyone's shit right now. I was like, okay, but no need to be a bit of a dick about it, but I understand. And then in the morning, the guy basically went and I think he was downstairs having breakfast or something, and the guy who he shouted at, he was upstairs, and he was honestly so pissed off because he wasn't shouting or he wasn't even talking, he was more like whispering, but he's whispering to himself, not in a creepy way, but he was just whispering because he was reading. But at some points when it got to a part, because he was reading manga, it got to a point where he was like, it was a good part that he enjoyed or something. He started speaking a bit faster and get a little bit louder, like he'd be speaking like kind of that level of volume. I don't know how loud that's going to come through on Twitch, but yeah. He was speaking at a decent volume that you'd be able to hear it, but you wouldn't be hearing the words he's saying, you'd just be hearing the sound of the words he's saying, and it sounds weird, I know, but you can't hear what he's saying exactly, you can just hear the mumbling of the words. So he was obviously very pissed off, but he wasn't the sort of guy who wanted conflict, but he also didn't want to just sit there and be a bitch. So we all ended up having to kind of go, right lads, you and you, come here. And we had to sit them both down, we had to kind of get them both to understand each other's points, that yes, he was trying to sleep, and yes, he was trying to read, but at the end of the day, the conflict ain't gonna do shit for either of you, so just, yeah. I wasn't the one negotiating this, as you can fucking tell, because I'd be the one to cause the argument in the end, really, or fight, but yeah, I think it was Matt. The situation ended up with them two being fine, and they kind of just accepted each other's differences and moved on. But the last night was the best night of it, because what happened was on the last night is me, right, I'm not gonna name names at this point because yeah, but all of us, and I mean literally every single lad in that room, we all got pillows, bed sheets, mattresses, and there was this big ass, like, about the size of 5 bunk beds in like width and about 4 in height, so there was a lot of space. I think about 10 of us, if not all of us, I'm not sure how many exactly, all just went and said, right, not in a gay way, but we all decided, fuck it, let's have a bit of fucking fun. We all moved the mattresses, pillows, shit, all down to the floor. And then we decided to not sleep together like we was fucking cuddling and touching each other's dicks and shit, but we were within proximity of, I could whisper and someone would be able to hear what I say. So that sounds like very close, but no. It would be about, imagine about, pillow and length halved. About that was in distance between us all. Some people were a bit close because they weren't too arsed, and when we was all asleep, we all didn't know whether we'd be close to a guy or not. But we all kind of had that individual little thing where we was all huddled together, but we didn't have the same sheet. We all had a different bed sheet because, yeah. But we was all there, and it was like 1 AM when we were just fucking all laughing and shit. I think there was one guy who didn't join, but that was just because he wasn't feeling exactly the happiest at the time, and he wasn't in the mood for people, which we all kind of respected, and we all did say to him if he wishes to go to sleep or change rooms or whatever he needs to do to go to sleep, we all understand, we're fine with it. Then there's no personal thingy, what's it called? It's no personal. But it's not taken personally. But yeah, he was fine. He said he didn't mind as long as he just didn't want to get involved, really. So he was just kind of chilling on his own bed. I think it was the guy who was reading, honestly. But yeah, he was just chilling. We was all talking, laughing. He even got involved in conversations as well. But he just didn't get involved with the whole sleeping on the floor / mattresses together and being dicks. But not dicks as in like dickheads, but just being dumbasses. But yeah, we were all there and we was all just laughing and shit. And I remember at one point I was next to Brett. Then it was me, Brett, I think 2 other guys whom I can't be asked to name it. Well, 2 guys I can say. One of them was the guy who tried to sneak his girlfriend in. He couldn't be kicked off the thing because he was in another part of the country. So we couldn't exactly just say, oh, well, they couldn't just say, yeah, we can take him. He's gone. See in a bit. Now they had to make sure he got home safe and shit. So obviously, yeah. But we ended up all kind of being there, and it was like I was going in order. It was me, Brett, someone, then the guy who tried to sneak his girlfriend in. Then it was Nathan, I think, and then Matt. And yeah, we was all there, and we were all fucking laughing and shit, having a really good time. And then the staff came in, and they were just there like, well, there's Lenny or whatever it is. He came in and was like, "What the fuck?" And we said to him, "Oh, basically just chilling down here, talking and shit." He was like, "Oh, fucking hell, hello, Ancient Degrees, didn't expect you here." And he was like, "Oh, that's fine, as long as there's no things happening." And we was like, "Yeah, that's not happening, mate. We're fucking good." So we all ended up, we ended up sleeping there. I ended up sleeping there, down on the floor with the lads and that. Honestly, it sounds so uninteresting, but I'm not good at explaining a situation and making it sound as good as it was. But the entire night was a fucking blast. We was laughing, having fucking, just making jokes, and kind of just talking about shit. We was talking about, to Matt, and he was saying how he's going to the military and shit. At one point it turned into talking about the girls, and there was a girl that I think, I don't know her name. But long story short, a guy there had a crush on her, and we all kind of thought, yo, this guy, although he may not think it, she actually might like him. Because we all have had that thing where there were 2 girls at one point arguing about Matt, and essentially Matt was kind of just there like, I don't know what the fuck's to do here, lads. I don't know how I can make this go in a direction that will not end up with one of them hitting the other. So we all had to kind of passively just like stand there as a wall while one of the girls, which was the girl the guy had a crush on, came over and basically was able to stop them because we didn't want to lay our hands on girls. Because, yeah, we weren't sort of guys to try that sort of thing. We didn't want to put our hands on them and hurt them or anything. Especially not Matt. He was way too considerate for that sort of thing. But he ended up getting them to kind of understand each other. It sounds so unrealistic because it's like everyone kind of understood each other. But at the end of the day, if fights just kept happening, nothing was going to change, and everyone kind of was like, well, there's no point having a fight because we're stuck here together anyway. There were arguments, people did dislike each other to an extent, but there were also some people who got along like really well, like me and Matt. Really, I think everyone Matt really just got on really well. I can't really say I was the only one that got on with Matt really well, because I think everyone got on with him just as well. I haven't heard from him ever since from the NCS though, so guess it's kind of one of those things, like, it's sad, but I can't do anything. But I'll admit I miss the fucking guy because he was so fun to be around. But you know, I can't exactly be. I couldn't say I'm surprised that we didn't stay in contact, because at the end of the day, we didn't have a lot that we say, yeah, we had this in common, that in common. Like, yeah, we had little things here and there, but he wanted to go into the military, I wanted to do games. He was very athletic, I was asthmatic. Obviously, if you have asthma doesn't mean you can't be athletic, but my stamina and endurance is just so dog that I can't actually fucking do shit without fucking being like, right, I'm gonna die, see yous. But yeah, last night was the best night I remember. It was either that or the fire alarm, but yeah, I wish I could see the guys again and have a whole thing. Like, I was talking to the guy I saw recently at the gym, and I was saying I wish I could meet up with the guys again and try and get something like where we could all meet again, but I don't even have everyone because my Snapchat got fucking absolutely raped for some reason, and I couldn't get into it. So yeah, I ended up kind of being like, yeah, I would like to, but I don't have anyone, and I don't think everyone added each other. I think I did get Matt. Obviously, I still know his name, but I think I still got his have his Snapchat. Just don't have it on this account I have now, unfortunately. Otherwise, I honestly would talk to the guy because he really did seem like a really not nice guy. Because it makes it sound like he's trying to get something, but he did just seem like a really good-hearted and a person you'd kind of want to associate yourself with. You wouldn't want to associate yourself with someone who's constantly just going and doing, I'm not going to say things because I don't know if Twitch will allow it, but the RPE, if you put that and say it quickly, if you put those three letters together, you don't want to associate yourself with someone who is in that sort of situation where they're going and doing that to people, because obviously it doesn't paint a great picture for you. But it's also one of those where it's like, you don't just be mates with him because he's a good person and da-da-da. It's also just because at the end of the day, I really did like the guy, and he really was fucking like a really great laugh. Like, there wasn't a fault I could find in him. Like, I obviously I didn't know him for long, I didn't have the luxury of being friends with everyone there for an extended period of time, but I got to know people somewhat well, and at the end of the day, I would say from what I got to know of the guy, he was really good. He was a really sounding good hearted person, but at the end of the day, me and him I couldn't keep in contact with him because I lost my account, so that's just how that one went. As for the other guys, there's a few I think I had as well, but now I don't. But I can't really change that either because I don't remember it. I think one person I still have, or recently had, is Brett, but obviously it's not his name. But yeah, that's the only person I think I did actually add back, have added on my new Snap, because I was able to talk to him recently. I was able to give him my Snap and he was able to give me his, so yeah. I think he gave me his because I didn't remember mine, and the game has dog quality when it comes down to Wi-Fi and that. I'm just taking a minute because I've got a fucking itch. Right, I'll be back in 5. Back in a minute. Right, I am back. But with the NCS, what happened was is that we didn't keep. Oh boy! Oh, I hate smell. I'm drinking what I don't even care. Yeah, I'm moving off. But yeah, I wish we did keep in contact, but we didn't. So basically, just what else though, innit? Can't really change it. I remember when oh, the dogs are going off again. That's fun. I remember when we all were saying like buying shit. I think like 2 of the girls were like, they were basically like really good mates with everyone. Anyway, they gave us sort of stuff. Oh, they gave us their like snaps and shit, and we made it like a group chat and that. Because after the trip, we had to do voluntary work, and yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what happened with that. Like we ended up making a group chat and that, and yeah, it kind of just we all kind of talked for a bit and then it just died. Right, I will back in like 10 minutes. I'll put you on the screen for a bit, just so I can do this.